of water and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and stand up tall, right? Shoulders are back and down. Abs are in nice and tight. And we're gonna press the arms out and tap back. Remember, the purpose of the warm-up is to prepare us for more vigorous exercise. So don't worry about keeping the same pace that I am. Any movement is better than no movement. If you need to sit down, then sit down. Good. 4, 3, 2. Let's raise the arm side and tap the feet side. If you need to alternate arms, that works too. It can be same arm and leg or opposite. And you can do the same thing sitting. Good. Just kind of get things moving. Good. Let's go ahead and march, right? And roll your shoulders back a few times. Just kind of loosen up the shoulders. Good. All right. And we're going to tap the toes forward and raise the arms forward. Good. And switch that toe tap to a heel tap. Abs are in tight. Try to stay up tall. Good. And 4, 3, 2. Let's go side to side with the arms and the legs. So side to side, side to side. Good. And let's do a step or two forward and a step or two back if you're comfortable doing it. And forward and back and forward. Good. And forward and back. Forward and back. Let's do it one more time. Forward and back. Good job. All right. Get your chair or use the wall or whatever you're going to use. And knee up, leg back. Knee up. So abs are in really tight. Knee up. Try not to lean too heavily on the chair. Only as much grip as you need. Back and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Good. Let's try for, 3 more. This is 1, 2, 3. Good job. And put that foot down. Shake out your legs a little bit. All right. And let's switch legs. So knee up. You can turn around if you want to, so you're using the other arm, but I don't think that's my best angle for the camera, so I'm just going to stay right here. Good. Don't forget abs in tight. And one more time. Good job. Set that leg down. Shake it out a little bit. Good. Okay, so let's get light weight. So grab your lightest weight. Okay, and we're going to step and punch up and then across in front. So we're going to alternate. Okay, so abs are in really tight. If you're not comfortable doing it and moving your feet, then just go here. Okay? So here we go. Up, up, cross, cross. 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 If your arms are getting a little bit tired, then put the weights down and do it without them. And cross, cross, and up, up, and cross. Let's do 2 more sets. So up, up, cross, cross, and up, up, cross, cross. Good job, everyone. Go ahead and set the weights down. Ooh, so your heart rate might be a little bit accelerated. Right, so loosen up your shoulders a little bit. Let's grab a drink. Good job. All right, little bit of balance work. Woohoo! We love balance. Okay, let's try closing our eyes again. So, feet together, as close as you can get them. 1 foot halfway in front of the other. I don't recommend heel toe unless you're feeling really confident in your balance this morning. But don't be afraid to push yourself a little bit. Right, so let's get a starting position up tall. If you're in the second or third position, shift your hips forward a little bit. Draw those abs in tight, come up as tall as you can. Fingertips light on the chair or the wall or whatever you're using. And 3, 2, 1, close your eyes. And breathe. Try not to move your head. Breathe. Good work, everyone. Step your feet apart a little bit. Oh, open your eyes first. Sorry. Shake out your legs. Okay, and then we're going to switch legs. So, of course, if they were side by side, then you're going to leave them there. But if not, then make sure you switch in your leg position, right? Weight in both legs, not just the back leg. Up tall, shoulders relaxed. Relax your toes. Hand light on the chair or wall. And 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Good. Try to make sure that your chin is tucked slightly. Right, and breathe. Good work. Open your eyes. Step your feet apart. Shake out your legs a little. Good. Okay. And then let's do the same thing with our eyes open. So if your feet were side by side, see if you can bring 1 foot halfway in front of the other. And if they were already 1 foot halfway in front of the other, see if you can go heel toe. Right? And if you were heel toe, see if you can lighten your grip a little bit on the chair or the wall. So up tall, shift the weight forward a little bit so there's weight in both legs, abs are in tight. Try to find that non-moving focal point. Breathe. Right? See if you can relax your toes in your shoes, maybe wiggle them a little bit. You know, the toes are not nearly as important for balance as we think they are. Good, just about 5 seconds more. Good work, step your feet apart. Shake out your legs a little bit. Okay, and let's switch legs. Right, so up tall, fingertips light on the wall or the chair if you need them. Find that focal point. Think about drawing your chin down and back a little bit, because we tend to want to push it forward and we don't even realize it. Right, abs are in tight, toes are relaxed in our shoes. And we're breathing. Breathing is always helpful. Good. Good job. All right, step your feet apart a little bit. Shake them out. If you want to, do a few leg swings forward and back. Just make sure that things stay loosened up. And then let's grab the tuber band. Remember, if you don't have one, just use your arms, or you can use light weights. Okay, so up tall, abs are in really tight. Bring those arms out in front. Right, and go side and back in. So we want the arms to stay a little bit lower than the shoulders. Ideally, we don't want them bending. Three more, you can do it. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower the arms down, roll your shoulders back. Woo. Okie dokie, let's shorten it up. I'm going to use my left arm first. So I'm putting my right hand right at the front of my chest, and my left elbow is coming up. My left palm is facing the front of my body, and I'm going to extend that arm out and back in. Out and back in. Out. And I'm making sure that that left arm is staying back in line with my shoulder. So it's not coming forward like that. And then I feel it in my biceps and my triceps, the front of my arm and the back of my arm. Shoulders are staying down, abs are in tight. The grip is as loose as you can make it and still be able to do the work. 3 more. One more time. Good job. Lower your arms down. Roll that left shoulder forward and roll it back. Good. And let's switch sides. So left hand on the front of the chest, elbow down, right elbow is up. Abs are in really tight. And then out and in. Remember, adjust the length of your tuber band if you need to. Keep that arm out in line with the rest of your body, because it's really easy to let it kind of creep forward, right? Or to let it drop down. And we want to try not to do either of those things. And only 2 more. Good job. Lower the arms down. Roll that right shoulder forward. And roll it back. Woohoo! That was super fun. Just keep saying that. Someday it might be true. Okay, back to the left arm. I'm going to drop the right handle down on the floor, step on it close to the end with my right foot. My left arm is down by the side of my body, and I'm going to raise that arm up and lower it down. And again, that arm is staying out in line with my shoulder, not creeping forward. And I'm not going like this. And I'm not going like this. But my upper body's not moving. And the shoulder might come up a tiny bit, but it's not coming all the way up here. Let's try 4 more. 4. You can do it. 3. Try not to grip too tightly. 2. Abs are in tight. Last one. Good job. Switch hands. Roll that shoulder forward. And roll it back a few times. And let's switch sides. So remember, if this gets to be too much for you, just drop whatever you have and do it with just your arm. Okay, so here we go. Up and down. And again, that arm stays straight out in line with your shoulder. Try not to let it creep forward, right? And no twisting and no leaning back. And none of this either. Woohoo! It's super fun. Three more. 3, 2. Last one. Good work, everyone. Set the band aside, right? Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. Good. I'm going to grab a quick drink. We're going to actually do a little more balance work. Okay. So we're going to stand on one leg if you can. Right. So our options are here. If you need to, put the toes of one foot on the floor, right, and stand up as tall as you can. If you need to put a hand on the chair or the wall or whatever you have, do. But if you don't need it, try not to use it. And then the other option is just pick that foot up off the floor, whatever level works for you. Okay, so if holding your leg in front of you doesn't work, then the other option is bringing it up behind you. Okay, so find your non-moving focal point, decide which leg you're going to start with, and 3, 2, 1, begin. Remember, not necessary to stand still like a statue, but you want to try to remain upright, abs in tight, shoulders back over your hips, not in front of them, not behind them. Try to relax the toes of the foot you're standing on. Right, and keep those abs active. Try to keep them in tight. 3, 2, 1, and set it down. Good job, everyone. Shake it out. Woohoo! Okay, and we're going to switch legs. So up and nice and tall. Try to tuck your chin down and back a little bit. Relax the toes of the other foot. And 3, 2, 1, begin. Right, try not to lean in either direction. Abs are in really tight. Breathe. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Set it down. We're only doing each leg one time, right? Because we already did a little bit of balance work. All right, let's go ahead and grab that tube or band again. And this time we're going to step on it. Okay, so make an X. Take your feet a little bit wider apart. Hands go to the front of your legs. And remember, try not to make this about pulling your arms, right? Park your hands right there and pinch your shoulders back, hold and relax. Pinch your shoulders back, hold and relax. Pinch the shoulders back, hold, and relax. Chin is down a little bit and pulled back, and try to feel that your head and neck are not moving. Because like I said, they like to kind of go like this sometimes or like this, and we don't even realize it's happening. Good posture is really important for a lot of reasons. Now remember, if this is too much to do standing, then you can sit. You can sit against the back of the chair to feel that you're not leaning to either side and that your arms aren't moving too much. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Good work, everyone. Okay. Let's undo the X. Okay. And we're going to work the backs of the legs and the low back. So we're going to shorten it up a little bit. Right. Take your feet a little bit wider. If you'd like to stand in front of your chair, then by all means do. And if you need to do this sitting, that's fine too. You're going to sit at the edge of the chair and extend your legs out in front of you, heels down, toes up. Try to straighten them. And then you come forward a little bit and sit up again. Okay, so, but if you're standing, you want to stick your hands to one point on the sides of your legs, draw those abs in tight, right? And push back into your heels, your hips, and lift up, squeeze your tush a little bit. And push back, try not to let your hands move, right? Abs are in really tight. And up and squeeze. And on the way back up, you're inhaling. And we're looking down at the floor as we come forward, not out in front of us. Try to keep breathing. 3, 2, last time. Whew. Good job, everyone. Whew. Bring your feet back together. Shake out or roll your shoulders a little bit if you need to. Shake out your legs. All right, let's shorten it up again, and we're going to work the sides of the waist. So feet are just a couple of inches apart, right? Up nice and tall. Make sure that your abs are in tight, and try to make sure that your low back isn't hollowed out, right? So we have to kind of keep that pelvis upright rather than letting it tip forward, right? Because that's what strains the low back muscles. And let's, you know what? Let's alternate sides today. Let's start to the right. So go right, center, left, center, right, center. Keep those shoulders down. Abs are in tight. Right, left, right, left. And of course you can do this seated as well. Right, left, right. And if you have any back issues, you want to make your movements a little bit smaller. Left, right, left. Let's do 3 to the right. So down, up, down, up, down. And now 3 to the left. So down, up, down, up. Let's do 3 to the right one more time. Down, up, down, up. Good. And 3 to the left. Down, up, down, up. Last time. Good work, everyone. Go ahead and Lengthen the tuber band if you have one. Whew. Shake out your hands a little bit. Sometimes we have to make that grip awfully tight so it doesn't slide through our hands. Okay, let's work the outer hips a little bit. So I'm going to make an X. I want my feet to start pretty close together. You don't have to have the X, but keep in mind, sometimes the X helps to hold the thing on your feet so it doesn't slide off. All right, left leg first. So we're going to go out and in twice with the left leg, then twice with the right. Keep that chin tucked down. Abs are in tight. Here we go. Out, in, out, and right. Out, in, out, and left. Try to make sure that your toes are pointing forward rather than turning out, right? Try to make sure you're stepping out to the side rather than forward or back. Back to the left. Shoulders are staying over your hips. Abs are in tight. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Back to the right. There's a lot to think about in this one because these are not very big muscles. And this is a hard exercise for them. Left, but they're really important muscles to strengthen because they provide a lot of support for the low back and the knees. All right, last time on each side. 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Good work, everyone. Whew. Let's come off of the band and set it aside. Now I know you're thinking, did she forget about these? But I didn't. We're just going to do them a little differently today. Good job. So come behind your chair, right? And cross one leg in front of the other. And then push your hips back, press your chest down toward the floor. Let's stretch that out a little bit. Make sure that your feet are more side by side and not so much heel toe. Right? Make sure you're not back too far away from the chair. Like I could put my forehead on the chair back if I wanted to, but I'm pulling my shoulders back and I'm trying to pinch my shoulder blades together a little bit so I'm not rounding my upper back. Good job. And let's inhale and lift up and switch legs. And push back. So we should feel this more on the outside of whichever leg is behind the other. Good. Okay, good. And slowly inhale up. Good work. Okay. Ooh, shake them out a little bit. All right, now let's get our lighter weights. We're going to do a little more upper body work today. So get your lightest weights, right? We're going to bring the hands up to just about chest level. So like this. And we're going to push forward, pull back. Try to relax your grip, right? Push forward, not too high, because here we want to be working the chest muscles and the arms and not the shoulders so much. So we want to try to keep those arms down a little bit lower. If this is too much for you, do it without the weight, because these muscles do get tired. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Set the weights down. Grab your rod or pole or cane or stick or whatever you have. Okay. And feet out nice and wide and hands out nice and wide. If you don't have one, just put your hands out wide. Try to keep your elbows straight and go up and down and up and down. So we want to try not to bend the elbows. Up and down. Up. Sometimes if the hands are too close together, the elbows bend. But if the elbows bend, then the muscles don't stretch the way we want them to, or even loosen the way we want them to. Good. Let's do a couple more and feel this right here, like where your arm joins your body. Good work. Okay. Now we're going to reverse the grip and palms up, and hands are just about shoulder distance apart, right? So they're not nearly so wide. And we're going to try to bend the elbows to 90 degrees and keep them like that, right? And I won't need to move away so you can see my hands when they go up. So arms go up and down and up and down. So I'm trying not to bend and straighten my elbows, right? And don't forget about that head and neck. So keep the chin tucked. Let's do two more. Good work, everyone. All right, now one more stretch we're gonna do. So we're gonna bring it behind us, right? And hands out nice and wide. And we're just gonna press the arms as far back as we can. Good. And remember, try not to let your shoulders come up here. That's a little bit of an evasion of the stretch. I'd rather see your hands down, not so high, than your shoulders way up here. Good job, everyone. Okay, let's go ahead and set this down. Okay, so we're gonna pick up our heaviest weights and we're gonna do another set of shoulder blade pinches, right? Because again, keeping the back nice and strong is really important. Okay, so feet are at least hip distance apart. Arms are gonna stay down by your sides, abs in tight, and you're gonna pinch back and relax. Pinch back and relax. So I'm trying to keep my abdominal muscles contracted, right? I have as light a grip as I can manage. So try to pinch back and hold just for a count or two, and then relax. And pinch back and hold just for a count or two, and relax. And pinch back and hold for a count or two, and relax. And pinch back, hold. And one more time, pinch back, hold. Good job. Let's set these weights down. Woo. Roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Good. And then stand up nice and tall, arms down by your side. Kind of tuck your chin down a little bit and try to push it back like you're making yourself an extra chin, which is very charming, I know. Okay, and then just try to turn your head and look side to side over your shoulder. Don't try too hard, because what we end up doing is tilting our head a little bit. All we want to do here is loosen up those muscles. So you want to feel like it's a little bit easier to move your head now than it was when you started, but try to keep your chin back and not push it forward, right? Because when I do that, I feel like it crunches my neck. Like it crunches the vertebrae in my neck, and not in a good way. Okay, so look forward again, right? And now we're gonna keep our head here, and we're gonna try to rotate the torso side to side. So you wanna try not to make it come from your hips, but more from your waist, and let your arms kind of swing. And feel your waist and the sides of your back kind of loosening up a little bit. And if you really feel this loosening up, then you might want to incorporate this into your day, maybe a couple of times, just to keep things nice and loose. Okay, so now we're going to go back to those light weights, right? And we didn't do this in our warm-up today, but that's okay. So we're going to bring the arms up, and they don't have to be rigid. You can have a little bend in your arms. And we're going to do opposite elbow and either heel or knee. Okay, so here. So if you're sitting, you can do the same thing. Opposite elbow and knee. Opposite elbow and knee. They don't have to touch. I don't recommend that unless you're pretty strong and your balance is really good. Opposite elbow to knee. Try to keep those abs in tight and you'll feel it. Good. Let's do each side one more time. Good job. Bring your arms down. Let's set those weights down. If you want to put them on your chair, go ahead, because we're going to use them again in a second. Roll out your shoulders, roll them forward, roll them back. Woo, shake out your arms a little bit. And then we're going to pick up those weights again, and we're going to hold them here. So your palms can face each other. They can face in. Facing out isn't so comfortable, I don't think, right? And we're going to go side, 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 heel or knee up. Side, 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 heel or knee up. Side, 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 heel or knee up. So think abs in tight. And remember, it's not an arm movement. So try to forget about your arms, but just rotate from the waist, right? Try to feel it more in your abdominal muscles. And don't even think about your arms. If it helps, put the weights down. Side, 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 knee up. 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 Now, if you do have weights, your shoulders might start to feel it a little bit too. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Good. Let's do each side one more time. Knee up, side, 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 knee up. Good job, everyone. Go ahead and set those weights down. Good. And again, maybe a few little turns to either side and let your arms just kind of swing. Again, it's not an arm movement, but the upper body is turning. And that's just allowing the arms to swing. Good. Okay. So I know I said we were going to focus on the upper body. We're going to give our upper body a little bit of a breather. We're going to work the lower body just a little bit more. So I'm going to come behind my chair, right? And I'm standing up tall and the abs are still in tight. So this is important, right? Because the abs play a pretty big part here. So I'm going to take one leg back and I want to try to get that leg behind the other leg. And if you're sitting, you're just going to slide over to the edge of the chair or the side of the chair. Sorry, slide over to the side of the chair so that you can get that leg to go back a little bit. If you're sitting, you do have to lean a little bit, but everybody who's standing is just going to pick that heel up as high as you can, set it down. Try not to lean forward. So if lifting it way up makes you lean forward, then don't lift it up so high so that you can stay upright. And abs are in really tight. Try to not let that knee come in front of the other knee. and feel it back here. And I feel it in my abs too. Let's try for 3 more. Good job. Woo. Shake them out. I felt that in both legs. Breathe. Let's switch sides. So get that leg back. Great. Abs are in tight and up, down, up, down, up, down. Woo! 3 more. Try to keep that knee back, abs in tight, up tall. Last time. Good job, everyone. Step a little bit back from the chair, but not too far. Push your hips back. Bring your chest down toward the floor. Right, so your weight's going back into your heels. Abs are in tight, shoulders are back. Trying to keep that spine as long and as flat as you can. Good, and keep breathing. Good. Okay, so abs in tight, inhale and lift up. Good. All right, let's grab some weights for some biceps curls. Okay, so we're just gonna do regular biceps curls today, just so you know. Right, so elbows in at your waist, palms face forward, unless doing these really bothers your elbows or forearms. If it bothers your elbows or forearms, then do them like this. Okay, but if it doesn't, then arms forward, right? I'm gonna turn this way just so you can see. So we're curling up and down. And notice my elbows are not coming forward. The elbows need to stay down. Right, as relaxed a grip as you can manage. Try to keep the wrist nice and long. Abs are in tight. Shoulders stay back. Good. Two more. Good job, everyone. Ooh, set them down. I'm going to grab a quick drink. Shake out your arms a little bit. Okay. And then get a little bit lighter weight. Right, we did these the other day. So we're going to go back and down and then out and in. Okay, so try to relax your grip. Try to keep your hands behind you and go back and down, out and in. Back and down, out and in. Try not to let the weights come even beside your legs. Definitely not in front of them. All right, so try to stay up nice and tall. Don't worry about them touching here. If they do, that's fine. If they don't, not strictly necessary. Feel that in the backs of your shoulders and the backs of your upper arms. Try to keep the chin tucked. Let's do 2 more sets. Right, so 1 and 2. Woohoo! Good work, everyone. Set the weights down. Loosen up your arms. Just kind of shake them out a little bit. Okay, so let's stretch the back of the shoulder. Right, so we did this the other day. So you want to keep that shoulder down. Bring the arm across in front of you. Put your hand on the outside or the top of your wrist like this. So not fingers point up. Right, shoulder down and pull that arm across in front of you. Right, so you want to feel it back here in the back of your shoulder. When we hold up higher, you don't feel it quite as much, but feel free to experiment a little bit. Good job. Really shake it out and let's switch sides. So shoulder stays down, arm across, hold at the wrist. And breathe. Breathing is ever so helpful. Good, and release, shake them out again. And then we're gonna stretch out the triceps. So one arm comes up and over and put your hand and either push that arm back or grab your elbow and gently pull down. And breathe. Few more seconds. Good, lower down. Loosen up the shoulders, roll them forward a time or two, roll them back. Right, and then the other arm comes up. Give yourself a little pat on the back and either push that arm back or grab it and gently pull down. Good, and breathe. Good, and release. All right, grab your chair. Now, you might notice we did not sit and stand today. That was deliberate. So you're welcome. Great, go ahead and sit down. Come out toward the front edge of the chair and let's take one ankle over the opposite knee. Doesn't matter which. Remember, if this is really hard for you, extend that leg or put your ankle below the knee. Right, and then gently press down on that leg. If you can flex your foot, do. Try to pull your toes up towards your shin. Try to sit up tall and not lean back. And breathe. Feel that muscles right around your hip, just kind of relaxing. The muscle we're really going for on this one is the psoas muscle, and it's kind of a more internal muscle. Good, and let's release, and we're gonna switch legs and ankle over knee. Make sure that that leg that you're not stretching the knee stays straight out in front of the hip. Ooh, this one's tight today, right? So ankle over knee, if you need to, extend the leg or put the ankle below the knee and then gently press down. Try to stay up as tall as you can. See if you can flex that foot, pull your toes up towards your shin, because that allows that muscle to stretch a little more deeply. And breathe and try to relax and think happy thoughts, because that helps us to relax. And if the muscles are relaxed, then they're going to stretch more. Very good. And release. Woohoo. Okay. Now, let's slide over to one edge of the chair, doesn't matter which. Right, sit up tall, hold on, lower that knee down. Ideally, the knee is under the hip or behind it, but if it doesn't go there yet, don't worry about it. Lift up as tall as you can, abs in tight, try to lean back a little. Right, spine is nice and long, so we're pushing back from down here and not from up here. Ooh, feel the front of that hip stretching. Good, and sit up, and let's bring that leg forward, and then we're gonna switch sides. Right, so make sure you're holding on with the opposite hand. Lower that knee down and the foot goes back behind you. Try to stay away from the chair back so you have room to push back. Right, up tall, abs in tight, and push back. And so the upper body is staying tall, right? But it's not doing this, and the rib cage isn't lifting, and the shoulders aren't going back. The push back is the whole thing pushes back, not just the rib cage and the shoulders. Good work, and sit up and bring that foot forward, and let's stand up one more time. See if you can reach your arms up overhead and take a big overhead stretch. Abs are still in tight. Right? If it's not too uncomfortable for you, see if you can push your hips to one side and reach your arms to the other side. Now, if you need to lower your arms down for that, you can. Just don't get quite the same stretch. Right, so we're going to hold this for a little bit longer. Good, and lift up, and then let's switch sides. So push your hips to the other side, right? And make sure the shoulders are staying back so your arm isn't dropping down in front of you. And if you're more comfortable doing this sitting, sorry, I should have said that earlier, go ahead and sit. I just like to stand, and that way we're not contracting this muscle that we just stretched. And lift up again and lower your arms down, and see if you can interlace your fingers and push your shoulders down and get those arms to lift up maybe a little bit behind you. Remember, time spent stretching is never time wasted as long as we're really aware of how we're doing it. So this, not a good stretch because my shoulders popped up. Now shoulders down and back, that's a better stretch. Good work, everyone, and release. All right, we're all done. Okay, so as always, thanks for coming. Don't forget, if you need that phone number, look down in the chat box, and it's there for the OSU vaccination hotline. And thank you, Dan, for sending me that number. So stay well. Don't let anybody breathe on you. And have a good weekend. I heard maybe the S word might be in the forecast. S as in snow. I guess time will tell, right? So we'll see. Hopefully, we won't have much snow anyway. But take care, everyone. And as always, thanks for coming to class.